doing. So you publish, they put a link or links inside the article or inside the story. But you can go and see that the website actually one that are genuine before you can accept for them to direct a link from your site to their own site. Regarding the legal implications, you have to be sure that through such checks, you'll be able to reduce or eliminate the danger that may arise from such. Payment, yes, used to be an issue. What we did is that I believe that everything in life has a solution. That's my own. So if you have that message, you now look for how do I now solve it that I trust. So he now did and sent the address with the PayPal address, something at gmail.com. So that is what we now give to people. So you give us the sponsor post, we send you a PayPal account, and immediately that they pay, he even sent money yesterday. Yes, no. So that's the point. So when the man now or woman receives it, because you trust that person, maybe a relative or a good friend or whatever, into his or her PayPal account, he or she will now transfer to your own account, any account you want, whether DOM or normal Naira account. So that is how we solved that problem. And yet, sometimes, like I said, we also take through Bitcoin, which we now sell in Naira. Yeah, we have a Binance account. Yeah, into Binance. No, it's not Binance. I don't even, so I don't think Binance. Okay, so Jim asked about monitoring block circulation. It's simple. Just tell the person to add you. I think it's clear. Even for our consultants, one is in Abuja, one is in, I never met them before. I never met them. But it's simple. Add me, add my number to your list. So once you brought
to do today. So I'm sorry we may not be able to do just what everybody wants. We have to actually look at what works for everybody. Okay, so we have a very short presentation from the chairman of the Gocop Membership Screening Committee, Mr. Musikilu Majid, the editor-in-chief of Premium Times. It is very important that we, as members of Gocop, listen to this presentation because it speaks to how people become members of this our association. So can we be seated, please? One house. Okay, Mr. Musikilu, please welcome him with a round of applause.
Good afternoon, dear colleagues. I've been requested to speak about the Gocop membership process. There is a membership screening committee which works every year to receive applications for Gocop memberships every year. This year we received, I think, 35 applications, and we were only able to approve, I think, 8, just 8. So, and in the process of application, a number of us here were involved. That meant you gave recommendation to people. Because as part of the process, applicants must be recommended by 2 existing members, up-to-date members. People who are financially up-to-date and have not been sanctioned by Gocop. Because Gocop also has a disciplinary committee. So if you've been disciplined, you will not be able to recommend people for membership. So, but what we found in the past few years is that even members seems not to be aware of the constitutional provision for membership of Gocop. At times, you find people recommending people who are not qualified at all. And when these people are then disqualified or their membership not approved, you now find members making calls to the committee or to the president and all of that, begging that their friends should be taken. I want to make an appeal that Gocop membership is not about friendship. It's a constitutional matter. If whether you know the person or you don't, once the person qualifies by the guideline that you too can interpret, the person will definitely, of course, the committee can make an error, as it has happened a number of times, and when appeals are filed, the committee will take another look at such an application, and then the person can, like, you will see that I think initially this year only 3 or 4 people passed, and then there were several appeals, and then we look at the complaints of those people. They provided additional documentation. Now let me talk about, just briefly, one key requirement for Gocop membership is that you must have a company that is a media set up for media, for publishing. You cannot set up, for instance, an oil and gas company as we have this year. Some people are, perhaps they've been in trading, the merchant or construction, and then they will apply for Gocop membership. The Constitution specifically says that any company that must be a publisher must be in that line. Then, apart from that, that company must have been in existence for at least 3 years. In addition, the publication itself must have been publishing consistently for 3 years. So if you published 3 years ago and you stop publishing, and then last year you put one post, and then another day you put one post, the committee will look at your consistency. And if you are fond of their complaints that you're using this for blackmail, that would be another issue. So we will look at your consistency. What kind of publications are you doing? Are you just a rumor monger or something? So the content will be looked at. So if you do not qualify for the 3-year rule, there is no way you will be allowed. Then you must have a functioning office where you can be found. Under Nigerian law, if you commit a crime as a member of Gocop, the government has to be able to trace you, law enforcement. So you have to show evidence of that you have an office. Of course, you may argue that a number of businesses now operate online, but Gocop Constitution has not been amended. That's what it says. And then it cannot be a one-man army, a one-man show. If you are a publisher, it's a business. So you have to show evidence that you have staff working for you. If you don't have staff, you are still a one-man something growing gradually. You wait until you grow to the stage that you can join Gocop. So another thing that we've seen is that people will just come from of course, you know, as anybody can join Gocop, you don't have to be a journalist. If you are a billionaire and you want to start a business of media, you can simply start and join Gocop. That's not a problem. But where the problem lies is a requirement in Gocop Constitution that if you are setting up a newspaper and you are not a former journalist, even when you are a former journalist, you must have been at a managerial level before you can be considered a publisher. That's what the Constitution says. But let's assume you are not, you are just an oil and gas man who has a lot of money. You want to start business. You will not qualify for Gocop membership because it's a publisher association. It's not a journalist association. Unless you have a qualified journalist working for you who has not less than 10 years and who has worked in an existing media organization for at least 10 years. So people will come here and argue that this is a publisher. I say, okay, where is your editor? And if you say you are the editor and then you are a special advisor to a governor somewhere, Gocop will not admit you because it means that you are not full-time. Even if you are a former editor, but you are somewhere, special assistant, we will consider you a publisher because you can be anything if you are a publisher. But where is the man running the publication full-time on your app? Who is qualified to do so? So I'm saying all of this so that we are very careful. It's always a shame when we see that people who are not qualified at all are given recommendation letter by our own members. So when people ask for recommendation from you, please ask the appropriate questions and be convinced that these people qualify. We will begin to recommend disciplinary process for members who know because they are members, maybe they are your brother or they are and you just give people, when you know they are not qualified. So I think that's why the president has asked me to make this, because maybe if they begin to recommend people, members who do these kind of things, and people who pressure, there are some members who pressure the committee too much. I don't want to mention names. No, there is no need at this point. Maybe from next year, you don't need to pressure the committee. If your members or relatives or anybody qualify, they will automatically be admitted to Gocop. I hope we are all proud of the Gocop that we have. It is because of this gatekeeping. If we don't, the organization will be destroyed. No one will, the Zenith man, the raw material man here, they will not come here. So if we want to be as decent as we've been in the past 10 years or so, I think we must maintain this standard. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Musikilu Majid, President Emeritus and the Chairman of the Gocop Membership Screening Committee. He said something about some people who are pressurizing the committee. I can also add one thing. There are some people here who are serial endorser. Every year, they will endorse about 3 or 4 people. So you begin to wonder, if people pay people to endorse them, some Gocop members will be millionaires. And some of the people they endorse, just like this, like he said, do not qualify at all. But it is very important that we say some of these things, because when some of these applications land, you just know that straight away you'll be beginning to wonder, how did this person get an endorsement letter from a Gocop member? But we can do better. I started by saying that this is the Online Publishers Association that everybody wants to belong to. Like he said, we got 35 applications this year, and our application fee, no be small thing. So if people are willing, 35 people are willing to pay that amount to join Gocop, you can imagine how much people will be coming in if there's no gatekeeping. So that is why it is very important that we keep doing this thing. Mr. Majid, thank you very much for your presentation once again. Yes, so we'll move forward. Madam President, I'm sure you are ready now for your presentation. The brand new PhD. I will be calling this PhD until somebody else becomes PhD. Maureen Chigo, the president of Gocop, the person who almost every time wears the same color as I do. She's who wears the same shoes almost every time as I do. Okay, so she'll be addressing our partners. Madam President.
Thank you very much, Olimaiti. Thank you so much. Thank you all. Thank you. We are having a very good day. And all the presentations have been so, so interesting and enriching. And I'm sure we've broadened our knowledge. And those who don't know how to optimize their website to make it more profitable, I'm sure you learned a lot from James. And those who want to make money every day, I'm sure you picked a lot of information from Elder Umunna. So I thank you all. I thank all the people who have made presentations for broadening our knowledge and then enriching us. And that's why we are here, so that when we leave, we will become better. We will manage our businesses better. And then when we meet next year, you will be giving us testimonies, you know, like Olumaiti did this year, because he picked that up. And then I'll keep saying it because he performed wonders, being a first-timer. Some of us who have been in this business of organizing events have not done it as beautifully as he has done. So I give kudos to everybody here. And I think you guys should get up and clap for yourselves so that we can stretch our legs. Yes. Please get up and stretch your legs. You've been sitting down. You've been sitting down. This is time.
Happy and you know he say
Amen.
amen. If you're happy and you know he say go Gocop.
Gocop.
If you're happy and you know it, and you really want to show it, if you're happy and you know it, shout Gocop.
Gocop. Thank you. That's good. At least we've been sitting down for quite some time, so let's stretch our leg. So this is, and the place is getting too cold. Somebody just rightly pointed at. So this is the time for us to address our partners, those who have been working with us, those who have been giving us adverts, supporting our programs individually and collectively. So this is an opportunity for us to thank them. Graciously thank them for all they've been doing to help us to sustain our businesses. And we have a budding one who have joined us today, Raw Materials, the delegation from Raw Materials. Thank you again, you are welcome. And we have somebody who has been wishing to talk to us over the time, over the years, and the period he has been the new, he assumed office as the DGM Group Head Corporate Communications, Zenith Bank. Chinedu Zephaniah, PhD. So it is not only, so he is here. Please stand up for recognition. And you are welcome. We've been trying to fix this day. We've been trying to get him to address our members, and we thought this is a good opportunity, and he is here. We planned, but it didn't actually materialize. So now that we are having our annual conference, he is here. So I'm going to invite him to the podium to speak to us. We are very time conscious, so you have to be as brief as possible. So please come.
Very much.
You're welcome.
How many minutes do I have to speak? 5 minutes. I had 2 and 5. I'll take 5. I want to start by saying thank you very much for the opportunity. My name is Chinedu Zeph, and I work with Zenith Bank. You can see my red tie and red socks. I am deeply honored to speak to. Second is that I have missed something, because I heard when somebody was saying, if only I was here when Umunna spoke about how to make money. We like to make money in Zenith Bank. We don't have any online platform for editors to publish, erudite people to write like you, but we like to make money. So I missed that. I hope that next time you have a conference, you allow me to come and listen and learn more. Because our time is fast spent, I will go straight to the 2 or 3 points out of about 5, 6 things I wanted to talk about. The moment I walked in, I think it was Oga Mojid that was speaking, and he was saying exactly what I wanted. Quality of publication, he spoke about quality of membership, he spoke about enforcement, he spoke about people that belong to this group having registered office. He said they are not one-man show. He said there should be editors. I was just saying, wow, he has read my speech. He has read everything I want to say. The reason the group managing director of Zenith Bank, Dame Dr. Adora Umoji, requested for a slot for us to talk to you is just to salute you for your professionalism. If you notice, the online space is full of dustbin. One bank recently had a very bitter experience with some online publishers, ended up in court, some people arrested. It was so messy. But I realized during my conversation with your members, you don't have such members. And out of frustration one day, I called Chibu. I said, why don't you bring such people into your association and guide them? He said, no, here is not dustbin. It's not everybody. You must have. She reeled out the eligibility criteria for your membership. I said, no wonder. I want to ask you to please continue in this light. The fourth realm is supposed to be the platform of conscience, a noble profession, where the common man expresses his views, reads about what society should be, is from people like you. And I see a future where more and more will be online, when the print and TV would take backstage. The onus is on you to elevate, continue to elevate your level of success and performance. I will end by saying, don't just leave that dustbin of people writing anyhow. There is need for you to continue to talk to them to do the right thing. I do not know, don't ask me now how you're going to do the magic, but I think there is need for you people to find a way to continue to reach out to their conscience so that people will write as professionals. I don't know if it means working more on this new act that was signed into law. I don't know if it means working with government, but whoever writes anything online, it must meet a certain level of professionalism. It has to get to a certain level. And if there is a way Zenith Bank will support in this regard, we'll be glad to do that. We've been your partners over the years. We want to raise the relationship to the next level. I want to thank you very much for the opportunity. I am so happy about the kind of work you are doing. You know, good work sometimes doesn't make noise, but over time. I tell you, our Zenith experience is now 35 years. When we started, it was just, Zenith. Where is Zenith? Red. Okay. But today, nobody will say he doesn't know Zenith in Nigeria. That's what will happen with the way you people are running Gocop. Thank you very much. God bless you.
Thank you so much. Can we have a question? Thank you so much. Yes. Thank you so much, my brother Zeph, for your thoughtful statements, and which has also encouraged us to continue to do what we know how best to do. And I think this session will be very brief because we have a long way to go. We'll be going into our technical session after lunch. So I want to raw materials. We appreciate what you have done to us today. Thank you. Thank you, Zenith Bank, for your support over the years. We are happy you made it here. And all the other partners on the way, those who will join us for cocktail, we are very grateful that you will be with us. So I want to thank everybody here for being a good Gocop member. And I also want to thank President Gocop member. And I also want to thank President Emeritus Mojid for the good work he's doing in making sure that those who are coming to become members of Gocop, that they are worthy of being our members. And not just you, but the members of your team with Olumaiti and Rose Moses. So you are doing a good job. I hope the incoming executive will also do its best to make sure that we have a team that will scrutinize everybody who will be coming to, who will be aspiring to be Gocop member so that they will be worthy. Please, let's adhere strictly to what President Emeritus Mojid said, because I get a lot of calls, and sometimes it will be like, you can do precisely what they ask you to do, and you will become a member. It's not a cult. Why we do what we do is that we want everybody to be professional. We don't want a society that will be a chaotic society. We want a society that is orderly, and that's how we can be happy. If things are done the way it has to be done, and we do it the right way. So without wasting much of your time, thank you so much for coming, sir, for joining us. Thank you, Mr. Etu. Thank you, the other delegations, and all our partners who are on their way. We thank you for all you have done to support us over the years. So we will be going out now after the brief announcement to lunch, right? And then after that, we'll see our visitors off, our partners off, and then we'll enter the closed session. Yes, please, our partners will join us to lunch, but let's take a picture with all the members of the ESCO. The team from raw materials.
RMRDC, Zenith.
I wanted to write my number because people are asking me.
Okay. Okay. Fellow Gocop members, the gentleman, the guy from Zenith, wants to write his number here. I will advise you to take that number. If you check the government of Nigeria, there are many ex-Zenith bank staff, either as ministers, vice president, CBN governor. So you don't know what this gentleman will become. Collect his number. And you know he's also a PhD. Are you sure this thing can take everybody?
Raw materials.
Raw materials, okay. RMRDC.
Do I join now?
Yeah. Okay, thank you very much. We'll be going out for lunch now. Okay, so our partners should please join us for lunch. Zenith, okay. Okay.
Are you sure it's lunch?
It's lunch.
The place look empty inside. Find out first whether it's ready. Yeah,
Okay, so it's time for lunch. Let's our what? Lunch is not ready. Why? We told them 2:30 now.